This is Chris Podales. Like, subscribe to Team W Wrestling on YouTube, subscribe to my other channel, Word of Chris, and subscribe to this channel, Chris Podales. And I'm here to do my WWE Monday Night Raw, February 21st, 2022 review. So here we go, discussing about Raw. Now, this is the 1,500 episode of Raw. And surprisingly, WWE has been hyping this episode up since that's a big milestone right there. But yeah, this is the Raw after Elimination Chamber, and we're going to be talking about the first segment now. The first segment, we have the new WWE Champion, Brock Lesnar, come out to the ring, and the fans was chanting for Suplex City and all that, and Brock Lesnar saying that was awesome and everything. And then as soon as he was going to be talking, Paul Heyman comes out and interrupts him. So Heyman comes out and he says, Brock, before you can even get to your match at WrestleMania and go against Roman Reigns in a title versus title match, you're going to have to be defending your WWE Championship on March 5th against Bobby Lashley. And he said if Bobby Lashley can pass concussion protocols, and if he can't, well, he'll have him another opponent or whatever. That's what he said he will do. And then Brock Lesnar looks at him. He goes like, well, I can go ahead and win that match, do whatever I want, and then still go to WrestleMania and beat Roman Reigns and win both titles. So yeah, that's what Brock Lesnar was saying. And then he says, and then he was saying that he'll be on SmackDown this Friday night as well, to introduce himself as a new WWE Champion to Roman Reigns. So yeah, that's what Brock Lesnar was saying. So yeah, it was a pretty good segment between Lesnar and Heyman. But yeah, that's what happened. But then we get to backstage, and Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins was getting interviewed, and they was talking about how they have been added into a match tonight. If they defeat RKBro tonight on Raw, that they will be added to the WWE Raw Tag Team Championship match in 2 weeks. So if they win this match tonight, they will be in a match against RKBro and Alpha Academy. It'll be a triple threat tag team match for the Raw Tag Team Championships if they can win tonight's match. So yeah, that's what they said. And then up next, it'll be the Street Profits versus Alpha Academy in a tag team match up next in the first match of tonight's Monday Night Raw. So yeah, that will be the first match, and that match will be happening up next. So yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on Monday Night Raw. See you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on Monday Night Raw, it was the first match of the night. It was the WWE Raw Tag Team Champions, Chad Gable and Otis, Alpha Academy, versus Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford, the Street Profits, in a tag team match. And it was a non-title match, but this match was pretty good. At one point in this match, we seen the Street Profits had a nice tag team move where Angelo Dawkins had Chad Gable on his shoulders for the electric chair, and then we seen Montez Ford jumping off the top turnbuckle with the blockbuster. Nice combination move. And then they was pinning Chad Gable, and then Otis breaks up the pin, and he grabs Angelo Dawkins and then throws him into the barricade, laying him out until the cameraman straight up move out the way before he gets hurt. So yeah, that's what Otis was telling him. And then at the ending of this match, we seen Chad Gable and Montez Ford going at it in the ring, and like Chad Gable was going to hit that rolling German suplex onto Montez Ford. Otis tags himself in, and then Montez Ford reverses what Chad Gable was going to do and throws him over the top rope, get him out the ring. And then Otis comes in. Montez Ford was hitting some moves on him, picks him up, about to hit a power slam onto Otis, but when he picked him up, he just drops and falls, and he was pretty close to the ropes. And when Otis falls onto him, he goes for the pin, and the referee was counting, and then Chad Gable grabs Montez Ford's foot, and so he wouldn't kick out, and they got the 3 counts. So yeah, the Raw Tag Team Champions, Chad Gable and Otis, Alpha Academy, defeated the Street Profits tonight in a tag team match. Pretty good match. I'll give that match 1.5 stars. That's why I'll give it. Pretty good start to kick off Monday Night Raw. But still to come later on tonight, we'll see Edge on Monday Night Raw tonight. So yeah, he'll be making his return later on tonight to have a segment on Raw. But yeah, up next we're going to see Finn Balor and Tommaso Ciampa in a match up against the Dirty Dogs on Raw up next. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Until then. So the next thing that happened on Monday Night Raw, it was a tag team match. It was Finn Balor making his return back after several weeks. And he's teaming up with Tommaso Ciampa versus Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode, the Dirty Dogs, in a tag team match. It was a pretty good tag team match. I'll give this match 1.5 stars. That's what I'll give it. At one point in this match, we seen Robert Roode and Finn Balor tagged in. Finn Balor was going for the pin on Robert, and then Dolph Ziggler breaks up the pin or whatever, and Tommaso Ciampa got thrown out the ring by Ziggler, and then Ziggler got thrown out the ring by Balor, and only left Robert Roode and Finn Balor. At one point, Robert Roode hit Spinebuster on the Balor, pinning him. He barely kicked out at 2, but then at the very ending of this match, we seen Finn Balor taking control of this match a little bit, tags in Tommaso, and then Tommaso comes in, and we seen Robert Roode climb up on the second turnbuckle, try to hit the blockbuster onto Tommaso. He jumps off the turnbuckle, but then he gets hit with a flying knee to the face by Tommaso, and then Tommaso was trying to hit his finishing move, Fairy Tale Ending, onto Robert Roode. Robert tried to reverse it into a back body drop, but when he tossed him over, Tommaso actually reversed it into a sunset flip, rolling him up for the 3 count. So yeah, Tommaso Ciampa and Finn Balor defeated Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode, the Dirty Dogs, tonight in a tag team match. Pretty good match, like I said. If you have yet, go check it out. I'll give this match 1.5 stars. But yeah, tomorrow night on NXT 2.0, we're going to actually see Dolph Ziggler versus Tommaso Ciampa in a number 1 contenders match. So winner of that match goes on to face Braun Breaker for the NXT Championship. So yeah, that match will be happening tomorrow night. But up next, we're going to see The Miz hosting Miz TV up next on Raw, and he'll be introducing his mystery tag team partner to take on the Mysterios at WrestleMania. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Until then. So the next thing that happened on Monday Night Raw, so we had The Miz come out, and he was hosting Miz TV, and he was talking about how the Mysterios double-teamed him at Elimination Chamber, how it was supposed to be a one-on-one match, but then it pretty much became a 2-on-1 handicap match. So yeah, that's what Miz was saying. But he's saying he got a mystery tag team partner to team up with him at WrestleMania against the Mysterios. And when he was about to introduce that mystery partner, all of a sudden Rey and Dominic Mysterio came out and interrupt him and talking about, like, we don't care who your mystery partner is, we'll still beat you. And that's what he was talking about. But then Miz was like, okay, you think you can still beat me? Well, here's my mystery partner. And it was Logan Paul. So yeah, Logan Paul made his return back to the WWE. Now, he was at WrestleMania last year. He was not in a match, but he was in Sami Zayn's corner. And then that's when Kevin Owens hit the stunner on him and everything. And that was the last time we've seen him being in the WWE since then, since last year's WrestleMania. But this year, it looks like he'll finally be in the match, and he'll be teaming up with The Miz to take on the Mysterios at WrestleMania. So yeah, Logan Paul made his return back, and he was talking about, like, no disrespect, Ray, but, you know, I got bigger balls than you and all that, and that's what Logan Paul was saying. But then Dominic looks, and he goes like, well, if this joke is going to be your tag team partner, we accept, we'll beat y'all. And then as soon as he said that, and he turned his back, we seen Miz attacking Dominic from behind, and Logan attacking Rey Mysterio from behind, both of them throwing both of them into the ring post. And then we seen Logan Paul grab Rey, throws him into Miz. Miz hits the Skull Crusher finale on the Rey in the middle of the ring, laying him out. And then Miz grabs Dominic, throws him into Logan Paul, and Logan Paul hits the Skull Crusher finale on a Dominic Mysterio, laying him out as well. So yeah, that's what happened. Pretty good segment. Logan Paul pretty much makes his return back to the WWE, team up with The Miz to take on the Mysterios at WrestleMania. So yeah, That match will probably be a big match. Now, I used to, didn't care for celebrities being in matches and stuff until last year with Bad Bunny. So who knows? Logan Paul could probably, blow people's expectations out pretty much through the roof. So yeah, hopefully it'll be a good one. Because he does got some amateur wrestling background stuff. So and being in boxing and everything. So yeah, he could probably blow some expectations through the roof at WrestleMania this year. So yeah, not a bad choice and all that. So yeah, it was great to see Logan Paul back on Raw tonight. But then we had Alpha Academy getting interviewed backstage, and they was talking about the odds being against him in 2 weeks and everything if Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins wins. And Alpha Academy said, yeah, we got 33.3% chance of winning, but we'll still win anyway. So yeah, that's what happened. But up next, we're going to see Rhea Ripley on Raw up next in action. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Until then. So the next thing that happened on Monday Night Raw, it was a one-on-one match. It was Rhea Ripley versus Nikki ASH tonight on Monday Night Raw. And it was a okay one-on-one match. Hopefully now this feud will be over between these two. But yeah, at the ending of this match, we seen Rhea Ripley taking control most of this match, but then Nikki ASH gets out the ring and she starts telling the announcers that Rhea Ripley's the villain and everything. And then Rhea Ripley gets out of the ring, grabs her, throws her back into the ring. Nikki ASH trying to beat her down and everything. She runs to the ropes, comes back, but then she gets hit with a roundhouse kick by Rhea Ripley, and then gets hit with the Riptide after that and got pinned for the 3 count. So yeah, Rhea Ripley defeated Nikki ASH tonight in a one-on-one match tonight on Monday Night Raw. So yeah, like I said, I'll give that match 1 out of 5 stars. That's why I'll give that match. But still to come later on tonight on Raw, we'll see Edge returning tonight on Raw. And we'll see RKBro versus Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens in a tag team match. If Owens and Rollins wins, they'll be added into the Raw Tag Team Championship match in 2 weeks. So yeah, that's still to come later on tonight. So yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on Monday Night Raw. So the next thing that happened on Monday Night Raw, it was a one-on-one match. It was the United States Champion Damien Priest versus Shelton Benjamin with Cedric Alexander at ringside in a one-on-one non-title match. And this match was okay. I'll give this match 1 out of 5 stars. It was an okay match. Multiple times we've seen Cedric try to interfere in this match multiple times. But Damien Priest knocked him off the apron. And then we seen Shelton Benjamin come up, hitting a jumping knee to the face on Damien Priest. And then he hits that T-bone suplex onto Damien, pins him. Damien Priest barely kicked out at 2. And then Damien Priest hit that chokeslam onto Shelton Benjamin, picks him up, and then hits his finisher move, the Reckoning, onto Shelton Benjamin, pins him for the 3 count, and that was it. So yeah, Damien Priest defeated Shelton Benjamin tonight on Monday Night Raw. And then he grabs the mic and he starts talking. He was talking about like how Shelton Benjamin is at least the man to come out and face him, and how he wants to face somebody at WrestleMania in a world title, as a world title caliber opponent. Pretty much that's what he was saying, and pretty much how he wants to keep on defending the United States Championship. But then Finn Balor comes out and he comes out on the ramp and he goes like, "How about me and you next week?" So yeah, next week on Raw, it looks like it will be Damien Priest defending the United States Championship against Finn Balor on Monday Night Raw next week. So yeah, it looks like that'll be the match that's going to be going down. But still to come later on tonight, we'll see Edge returning on Raw. And up next, it looks like Reggie will be in action on Raw. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Until then. So the next thing that happened on Monday Night Raw, now there was 2 segments, but before I talk about Bianca Belair and Doudrop and Becky Lynch, I gotta talk about the 24/7 Championship segment. So what happens in it is Reggie comes out and he calls out Dana Brooke, pretty much apologizing to her, and to make it up, he'll bring a referee out there. So the referee comes down and he tells Dana Brooke to pin him. She pins him. He kicks out at 2. He goes like, okay, I'm not going to play no more. He does it again. Gets pinned, kicks out at 2. And then pretty much what Dana Brooke does is like falls on him and kisses him pretty much. pinning him for the 3 count. So that's what happened. Dana Brooke is now a 2-time 24/7 champion. And then we've seen R-Truth, Tamina Snuka, and Akira Tozawa come down to the ring. Akira Tozawa gets on the ring apron, gets knocked off the ring apron, and then Tamina catches him in her arms, and then he was trying to kiss her, and she pretty much just drops him on the floor and starts chasing after Dana Brooke and them. So yeah, that's what happened in that segment. But then we get to Bianca Belair. She comes out, and she's talking about how she's going to go face Becky Lynch at WrestleMania, going main event WrestleMania for the 2nd year in a row. And just like last year, how she walked out with the SmackDown Women's Championship, but she said she's going to walk out with the Raw Women's Championship. So yeah, that's what she was saying. But then Becky Lynch comes out, and Becky Lynch talking about how it's going to be her redemption story and everything. And, Bianca Belair was like, okay, well, I'll just destroy that redemption story pretty much. That's what she was saying. But then Doudrop comes out, and Doudrop pretty much challenging Bianca Belair. So it became a one-on-one match. So it was Bianca Belair versus Doudrop, and Becky Lynch was commentating on the match. It was an okay match. At the very ending of this match, we seen Doudrop trying to climb up on that second turnbuckle to hit that splash onto Bianca, but Bianca got up and picks her up, hits the power bomb onto her, laying her out, picks her up again, but this time on her shoulders, and hits the KOD onto her, pins her for the 3 count, and then that was the end of the match. So yeah, Bianca Belair defeated Doudrop tonight in a one-on-one match, and I'll give that match 2 out of 5 stars. That's why I'll give it. Pretty good match. So far, match of the night. But still to come later on tonight in the main event, we'll see RKBro versus Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins in a tag team match later on tonight on Raw. But up next, we're going to see Edge return on Raw up next. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Until then. So the next thing happened on Monday Night Raw. Edge returned to Raw tonight, and pretty much is just around WrestleMania season. And he was pretty much, having a segment on Raw. He grabs a steel chair, puts it down, and he sits in the steel chair in the middle of the ring. And he was discussing about WrestleMania, how he had his uncle's radio, listening to the results of WrestleMania 3, of Hulk Hogan body slamming Andre the Giant, winning the WWE Championship, beating Andre the Giant. So that's what he was talking about. And then he was talking about how back where WrestleMania 14, he was a talent, but he never got to be in a match at WrestleMania until 2 years later at WrestleMania 16 in 2000. And he said, my thoughts is about you, Devon. So yeah, pretty cool moment right there. Edge pretty much, having his thoughts and stuff to Devon. And then he was going on from there at WrestleMania 21, where he won the Money in the Bank. At 22, he speared Mick Foley through a flaming table, talking about how he stole the show then as well. And then he was talking about WrestleMania 24, where he faced The Undertaker, and how he lost in the main event, and how he came very close by beating The Undertaker, and pretty much telling him that he really deserves to be in the Hall of Fame as well. And so yeah, that's what Edge was saying. And then he said WrestleMania 27, where he thought it was his last match, how he walked out as a World Heavyweight Champion to retire as World Champion. So yeah, that's what Edge was saying. But then he's saying how pretty much how he worked his ass off for like the next 10 years to come back and have another WrestleMania match. So yeah, that's what Edge was saying, and he's saying that he's looking for an opponent for WrestleMania this year. So yeah, that's what Edge said. Pretty good segment, but yeah. But up next, we're going to see Randy Orton and Riddle, RK-Bro, versus Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins in a tag team match. If Owens and Rollins wins, they will go in the Raw Tag Team Championship match in 2 weeks. So yeah, that'll be the match happening up next in the main event. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Until then. So the next thing that happened on Monday Night Raw, it was the main event. It was Randy Orton and Riddle, RK-Bro, versus Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens in a tag team match. Now, if Rollins or Owens wins this match, they will be added into the Raw Tag Team Championship match in 2 weeks. And this match was pretty good. At the very ending of this match, we've seen Orton and Owens going at it inside the ring. Orton was trying to hit the RKO on Owens, but Kevin Owens pushes him, and he pushed him into the corner, and Riddle tagged himself in, and then Owens hit the super kick onto Randy Orton, and then clotheslines him over the top rope, taking him out. And then while he was going at it with Riddle inside the ring, Seth Rollins comes up, hits the curb stomp onto Randy Orton outside the ring, laying him out for the rest of the match. And then he gets on the apron, and then Kevin Owens tags Rollins in, and Riddle was trying to hit the RKO onto Owens. Owens caught him and pretty much plants him onto Seth Rollins' shoulders in the powerbomb position. And then Rollins hits the buckle bomb onto him. And then Owens hits the stunner onto Riddle. And then Rollins hit the curb stomp after that, pinning Riddle for the 3 count. And then that was the end of the match. So yeah, Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens defeated RKBro tonight in a tag team match. And now they are added into the Raw Tag Team Championship match. So yeah, in 2 weeks we'll see Alpha Academy versus RK-Bro versus Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens for the Raw Tag Team Championships in a triple threat tag team match in 2 weeks. So yeah, that's the match that's going to be happening. But yeah, this match was pretty good. Match of the night easily. I'll give this match 3 out of 5 stars. That's why I'll give this match great. Well, I'll give it 3.5 stars. It was a good tag team match between all 4 of these guys. So yeah, for the whole entire Monday Night Raw, it was a pretty good show, actually. So yeah, the main event was excellent. Bianca Belair versus Doudrop was okay. We already seen that match a lot of times, but it was an okay one. The promos between Bianca and Becky was pretty good. Edge coming back and stuff. Pretty much looking for a WrestleMania opponent was pretty good. Street Profits versus the Alpha Academy. We've seen it a lot on SmackDown, but it was an okay match. Brock Lesnar's segment earlier was great. Rhea Ripley versus Nikki Ash. I hope that feud is already over with. The 24/7 title segment, I didn't care for that one. That's probably like the only segment I didn't really care for. Tommaso Ciampa in the match, teaming up with Finn Balor versus the Dirty Dogs was okay as well. Was a pretty good match. And Damien Priest versus Shelton Benjamin was an okay match as well. So yeah, tonight's Monday Night Raw, it was a pretty good Raw. Pretty good Monday Night Raw tonight. So yeah, for tonight's Raw, I'll give a 7 out of 10 stars as well. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Pretty good Monday Night Raw. If you have it, go check out some of the highlights and stuff. Of course, the main event was match of the night. So yeah, good main event. And yeah, good way to end off Monday Night Raw tonight. So yeah, I'll be doing my NXT 2.0 review tomorrow night. So yeah, look out for that. So yeah, like, subscribe to TNW Wrestling on YouTube. Subscribe to my other channel, Word of Chris. And subscribe to this channel, Chris Medeos. And follow me on Twitter and Instagram. It will be down there in the description box. And yeah, this has been my WWE Monday Night Raw February 21st, 2022 review. And yeah, I'll see you guys later for tomorrow night's NXT 2.0 review. See you guys later. Until then.